Welcome to today's broadcast. My name is Colleen Patterson, and I'm the Director of Employer Services and Compliance at Savoy. Believe it or not, this is week 5 in our series of On the Road to Reopening. We have seen in the last several days, and even the last few weeks, that states are beginning to move into either phase 1 or phase 2 of reopening plans, easing restrictions on non-essential businesses. As employers continue to develop their reopening plans, an area of continued focus is bringing employees back to work and adding eligible employees to employer-sponsored insurance plans. Joining me today around the table are Denise Afriga and Scott Blackburn. Denise and Scott are both account executives here at Savoy, focusing on specialty benefits. We've got a lot of information we want to cover today, so with that, we're going to dive right in. So Denise, we have seen medical carriers providing premium deferrals and now premium credits to customers. Is this happening in the large group specialty market?
Yes, it is, Colleen. Majority of our specialty carriers are now able to offer one or both of these solutions. Our clients can take advantage of the extended grace period, which is applicable to all specialty lines of coverage. The premium credits are specific to dental and vision lines. We've seen the credits vary in size, anywhere from 10% to even a full month credit. The dental credits would be applicable to fully insured products, with ASO and DMO policies being excluded. Commissions will be based on the premium received. We have seen restrictions in some states. In our territory, New York is the most notable. More to come on that as we have further guidance from our carrier partners.
Thank you very much. So Scott, focusing on the small group specialty market, what have you seen?
Well, as Denise said, we've seen a decent amount of carriers offer premium discounts, and they've been coming in all different forms. One that I've seen that's kind of a new age look at it has been a hibernation period. And this would allow for a group to notify the carrier that they wish to suspend their policy until they regain some solid financial footing, and then they can resume their policy at that time. During the hibernation period, there wouldn't be any active claims. So the policy would technically just be asleep until they're ready to reactivate. They also wouldn't be charged premium at that time. So when they're ready to resume, they can resume the active benefits as of the first of that next month.
This is great. So it sounds like in any size market, the specialty carriers are definitely doing a lot to help out their employer groups. One of the other things that we've been seeing on the medical side is we've fielded a significant number of questions regarding re-rating of groups due to change in group size. And that's been as a result of employees being furloughed or laid off. Denise, how are specialty carriers in the large group market handling this?
So to date, we have not seen any revised underwriting guidelines being released as a result of a group size reduction. At this point, underwriting is still evaluating policies on a case-by-case basis, as I believe our carrier partners are still waiting to see how their respective book of business is affected. So this is also a situation that we will continue to monitor in order to determine if there are any trends that we should be addressing.
Okay, and Scott, are you seeing something similar in the small group specialty market?
We are. The general rule of thumb is that groups will have until their next renewal to get back above the threshold that they were at prior to COVID-19. The assumption is that by the group's renewal, any furloughed or laid off employees would have returned to work. However, obviously, as Denise said, each carrier is willing to listen to any concerns on a case-by-case basis. The goal really is to keep the group in the plan they selected at the price they were paying.
Okay, good information to know. So one of the other things we've heard a lot about too are value-added services, and they are becoming more important now than ever. Denise, what value-added services are specialty carriers offering that are most beneficial during this time?
This is a great question and a topic that I would like to spend just a little bit more time on. And there are three specific value adds that I would like to highlight. The first one is Employee Assistance Program, or EAP. EAP is embedded in most of the long-term disability policies, although recently we have seen an uptick in requests for the standalone EAP coverage. And for those not familiar with EAP, it provides a number of resources that can help employees deal with any emotional crisis, anxiety, or even workplace challenges. At this time, we have seen vendors add online resources and support during COVID-19 crisis, which are really valuable. The second value add I want to highlight is will prep services. Those resources are available with most life policies. We believe that everyone should have a simple will, and that's something they can take advantage of at no cost with most of our carriers. I've learned recently that the most frequent document being notarized in the past few weeks have been will and trust documents. The third one is financial education, and this is something that we typically do not associate with specialty benefits. Some carriers only target large groups with 500 or 1,000 lives. At this time, however, we do have resources available to groups of all sizes. For small group employers, they are not as extensive, but we can offer a financial hub with set topics that employees can explore on their own. For large group employers, we can pursue offering virtual workshops that are set up individually for each client, and they also allow for live audience questions. The workshops are usually targeted for 500 plus groups, but at this time we have the ability to evaluate each client and bring that threshold down to 100 lives. And the best part about this is that we can offer it at no additional cost when we pursue the workshops. So in order to find out more about any of these, please feel free to reach out to our team or to your designated Savoy account executive.
That is awesome information and so helpful for everybody to know. And you're right, some of those things aren't usually associated with the specialty area. So thank you for that. One of the things that I was wondering about, though, Scott, is earlier in our conversation, we talked about premium deferrals and rebates. What are you hearing about how this may or may not impact broker compensation?
That's another great question, and one that we've certainly asked ourselves of the carriers. Right now, we're hearing of a few carriers that will be announcing their plans to make brokers whole or true them up from a commission standpoint. There haven't been any official announcements as of yet, but we do expect them shortly. The way this has gone since the beginning of COVID-19 is once the first domino falls, there isn't much time in between the next few falling. And I think the main message here is that the majority of specialty carriers have made some sort of effort to help their clients and their brokers in these uncertain times.
Thank you both, Scott and Denise, for all of the information and for spending time with us today. This has been absolutely invaluable. And I think the message is clear that our specialty partners are doing whatever they can to help all of our plan sponsors and their employees. So again, thank you both for your time. At the end of today's broadcast, we invite you to complete a short survey. You can find the link to the survey in the video description below. Once you complete the survey, as a thank you, you will receive a detailed sample return to work action plan. As always, should you have any questions, please reach out to your dedicated Savoy team and continue to use the resources available in the COVID-19 section of our new and approved website at savoyassociates.com. From all of us at Savoy, stay healthy and safe. Thank you for joining us today.